My name is Emily. I was 19 years old when my whole life changed forever. I lived with my dad in a big house in Naperville, Illinois, a quiet, tree-lined suburb just outside Chicago, with wide lawns, community parks, and views of the DuPage River on clear days. My mom passed away 3 years ago. She was the kindest woman I'd ever known. She loved me more than anything and cared for my dad with her whole heart. When she died, it shattered us both. The house felt empty, like all the warmth had been sucked out. Dad threw himself into work to cope. He was a good man, a successful businessman running a growing tech consulting firm downtown, and I could see the sadness in his eyes every night when he came home late. After 2 years, Dad told me something I never saw coming. He said he was thinking of getting married again. I was shocked. At first, I felt angry. How could he even consider another woman after losing Mom? But then I saw how lonely he was, sitting alone on the patio, staring at nothing. He needed someone by his side, someone to share the quiet evenings with. I stayed quiet, even though my heart was breaking. One day, he introduced me to her. Her name was Jessica. She was beautiful, polished, and confident. Jessica worked as his executive assistant in the company office in the Loop. She spoke to me kindly, asking about my college classes, my hobbies, my dreams of maybe studying abroad someday. For a moment, I thought she might be good for us. Maybe she could bring some happiness back into our home. A few months later, they got married in a small, elegant ceremony at a local country club. Friends and colleagues told Dad he was lucky to have found someone like Jessica. I tried to believe it too, but deep down, something felt off. At first, Jessica treated me like her own daughter. She made my favorite meals, asked about my day at community college, and even surprised me with little gifts like new headphones or gift cards. When Dad was around, she was all smiles, holding my hand and acting like we were one big happy family. But when he left for the office, heading into the city for meetings, everything changed. Her face went cold, her voice sharp. "Emily, clean the living room, do the dishes, wash the laundry," she'd snap. I was stunned. "But we have a cleaning service," I said. She smirked. "From now on, you'll do it. You're not some spoiled princess here. Time to learn how to pull your weight." I felt like a stranger in my own home. Dad had no idea. Every evening, when he came back exhausted from client calls or board meetings, Jessica switched back to perfect wife mode. Sweet, affectionate, caring. He believed she was an angel. Weeks turned into months, and the pain in my chest grew heavier. I missed Mom so much. I'd cry alone in my room at night. I wanted to tell Dad the truth, but he finally seemed happy. I couldn't bear to ruin that again. Then things got worse. Dad's company started having problems. Key client contracts vanished, confidential data leaked, and stock in the firm plummeted. Someone was sabotaging the business from the inside. Dad was stressed, barely sleeping, pacing the backyard late at night. One night, I overheard Jessica on the phone in her room. "Yes, I sent the files. Don't worry. Soon the company will be ours. He trusts me completely. He has no clue." My heart stopped. Jessica was the one stealing secrets and selling them. I needed proof. The next day, I followed her discreetly. She drove to a quiet cafe in downtown Naperville. She met a man in a corner booth. Hiding nearby, I listened. The man said, "Great job. We'll tank the company completely. Then his assets will come to us." Jessica smiled coldly. After his first wife died, he was broken and desperate. Poor guy. He doesn't know I poisoned her. Soon I'll do the same to him. Everything will be mine. The world tilted. Mom hadn't died of natural causes. She'd been poisoned. By Jessica. Tears burned my eyes, but I stayed hidden. My hands shook as I recorded the whole conversation on my phone. I had to be brave, for Mom, for Dad. That evening, I went to Dad's home office. He looked worn out, his face pale from worry. I set the phone on the desk and hit play. His eyes widened as Jessica's voice echoed through the room. He listened in silence, hands trembling. When it ended, he buried his face in his hands. "Emily," he whispered, "all these years I thought your mom passed peacefully. I never knew." We hugged each other tight and cried, the grief raw but shared. But Dad was strong. He wiped his tears and said, "We have to end this." That night, we made a plan. The next day, Jessica was caught. She was on another call with her accomplice when the police showed up. Dad had turned over the recording to them. She tried to lie, to play the innocent victim, but it was too late. As they arrested her, she glared at me with pure hatred. "You ruined everything," she hissed. I looked her in the eye and said, "No, you ruined it yourself." Jessica was taken away in handcuffs. The story spread across Naperville and Chicago. The woman who poisoned her husband's first wife, betrayed him, and tried to destroy his company. Her crimes were finally out in the open. After she was gone, peace slowly returned to our house. Dad was heartbroken at first, but I stayed right by his side. We leaned on each other. The business recovered bit by bit. The employees and clients stuck with him because they respected his integrity. At night, I still sat by Mom's photo and missed her, but now with a sense of justice and closure. One evening, Dad sat next to me on the porch swing, the summer breeze carrying the scent of fresh-cut grass. He took my hand and said, "Em, I'm so sorry. I should have seen the truth sooner. But you saved me. You saved our family." Tears filled my eyes as I replied, "I just did what Mom would have wanted." He pulled me into a tight hug. For the first time in years, I felt truly safe. Our home wasn't filled with secrets and fear anymore. It was filled with peace, love, and the unbreakable memories of Mom. I learned a tough lesson. Evil can hide behind a perfect smile, but the truth always comes out. Jessica tried to take everything from us, but in the end, she lost. Now I live with my dad in the same big house in Naperville. It's quiet, but it's peaceful. Every room reminds me of Mom's love, and I know she's watching over us, proud to protect the man she loved and the family she built. I'm Emily, daughter of a loving mom and a brave dad, and I'll never let anyone tear us apart again. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.